in the history of the National Football League. We have never seen a quarterback throw for 4 or more touchdowns and 400 or more yards in each of the first 2 starts of a season until now. That quarterback's name is Ryan Fitzpatrick. You've got to be kidding me. It is fact. Nobody's ever done what Ryan Fitzpatrick has done. Third best passer rating at 151.5 ever through the first 2 games of any season. And no Bucs quarterback ever. Name him. Name any Bucs quarterback. I'm assuming even our hour 2 guest in Trent Dilfer has ever had not 1, but 2 75-yard touchdown passes in a single game. You think Pat Mahomes lit you up. Here's a guy who's hotter. I understand Mahomes has more touchdowns, but we're talking about finding everybody on the field and throwing for an absurd amount of yards. And this guy has a decade plus under his belt. And think about it. This guy, we have our fun with him, all right?
Of course.
He's the bad penny of the NFL. If he signs with your team and you're the starting quarterback, have your head on a swivel because he's going to get a chance at some point.
You're going to get hurt. You're going to get suspended.
It happened with Carson Palmer in Cincinnati. It happened with name a Bills quarterback was Trent Edwards in Buffalo. Okay. It happened in Houston. It happened with the Jets. And as they say in movies or what have you, it is happening now in Tampa. Jameis Winston has a 3-game suspension that ends the minute the Monday Night Football game concludes to end Week 3. So as soon as that game ends, Tuesday morning, he's back in the building. There's no chance the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should give him his job back right now. Not at all. Hot hand or not. Did you saw, and we just showed the TV audience, and I asked this rhetorically to those out there in the TV audience and radio audience, did you see how Ryan Fitzpatrick showed up at the press conference yesterday?
Swag.
Okay, he swagged out wearing Deshaun Jackson's, what was that, the Adidas tracksuit he was wearing?
Tracksuit, the big gold chain
and all that,
stunner
right?
shades.
Okay, and sunglasses. He looked like Conor McGregor without the scar. He looked like he wasn't hit at all. And after doing that to the Eagles, the world champs, by the way, checkmarking the unlockiest lock of the week, Rich Eisen show pick of week 2.
You should have been 2 for 2 on those.
Okay, yeah, I had the Browns in week 1. So when I say I have a feeling, I've got a feeling. So Ryan Fitzpatrick shows up in Deshaun Jackson's gear. We find out that it's Deshaun Jackson's gear because Deshaun Jackson comes into the middle of the press conference without a shirt on, kind of like, where's my stuff? And I don't know if it was Adidas tracksuit or whatever, but he's showing up and saying, when asked by the press, what's this get up for? He's like, you got to stay humble and keep to your roots. It was a laugh out loud, deadpan performance that we all love in the media. I'll tell you the one audience for whom it was uproarious, that locker room. That was a winning performance on the field and a winning performance in the locker room. Deshaun Jackson is all smiles. A far cry from the W-eating Tampa Bay Buccaneers under the controls and leadership skills of Jameis Winston. Now, you could say that that's a broadside and that is an insult to a guy that says that he gets it and he wants to prove it to you. Well, he's got to wait. That job is decided until Ryan Fitzpatrick, what? I don't know. Do you cool him off or what? But let him sit there and come back and put the earbud in and watch this guy go to work because he's not around. He's not allowed to be around. He's not around that locker room. He's not around at all as Ryan Fitzpatrick has taken it over. And note to everybody in any part of sports, high school, whatever, you do something to take yourself out of the game, you give someone else another opportunity, you're in danger. And Le'Veon Bell had that same danger. And James Conner might go on Monday Night Football, and this defense may suddenly be the one to gel and wipe out Ryan Fitzpatrick. Entirely possible. It's a week-to-week league. But there's no way in my mind Jameis Winston gets his job back. 844-204-RICH is the number to dial. Yes, Carson Wentz has the gig back. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing, right? We're going to take our time. We'll be patient. We're going to take our time. We're going to make sure you're going to be patient until we get hit in the mouth by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and look like that. Now, offensively, they looked pretty good yesterday. It was the defense that got wiped out, but it's a team game. Carson Wentz is coming back just in time for the Philadelphia Eagles to be taking on the Indianapolis Colts, who, by the way, with Andrew Luck,
picked up a win.
They're a couple of possessions shy of being 2-0 in this league. Razor thin margin for error. Your phone calls, 844-204-RICH. When we come back, what's the poll question today, Christopher?
Yeah, we're looking at quarterback performances, guys. Who had the best one of the weekend? Was it Patrick Mahomes and his 6 touchdowns? Ryan Fitzpatrick, another 400-yard game and his 4 touchdowns. Blake Bortles, 350-plus yards, beat the Patriots. Dwayne Haskins, 300-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, beat TCU for Ohio State.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.